Hi, everyone, and welcome to this edition of Wednesday Wisdom. Since 1994, June has been designated as Men's Health Month. Uh, in order to achieve a more balanced life, you need to include a wellness plan that has all aspects of the mind, body, and spirit contained within it. And we're going to talk a little bit about each in succession here. We're going to start with the mind, and we want to talk about stress and stress management. Stress is one of the biggest barriers to the success of any lifestyle change or lifestyle modification program. As our stress levels increase, it becomes harder to maintain a regular exercise program and good nutritional habits, let alone trying to manage the activities of daily living and all our other responsibilities that we have within that short 24-hour period that occurs each day. One of the things you might want to try is deep breathing. Uh, if you're in that really stressful moment, stop to regroup yourself. Uh, Inhale to a count of 5, hold for a count of 5, and then exhale for a count of 5. And repeat this 4 to 5 times just to try to get those stress hormones, cortisol and adrenaline, under control. Another thing that you could practice is something called mindfulness, and I talked about this before. Something that Dr. John Kabat-Zinn of University of Massachusetts Medical Center came up with, and he called it mindfulness. Uh, and all it's doing is asking you to stay in the present moment without regard to what has already happened or what might occur in the future. As we so often do, we can't let go of the past, and we always start fretting about the future. Uh, and one of the things that he had said is that you want to try to at least take 5 minutes a day for yourself at a minimum to try to get the benefits of this. And some of the things you can do is get out and play in nature, play with your children, turn off your phone, and just marvel at the wonders of the world. But somewhere within that 24 hours, try to find time for that 5 minutes. I know it's hard when we have to balance that work, home life, but it's something that is essential to at least try. And then when you can, increase that maybe by 5 minute increments every so often until you could get hopefully at least an hour out of the day to yourself. Uh, Next thing we're going to talk about is the body. Um, if you're new to exercise, just start with a nice walk in your neighborhood, whether it's a 20, 30-minute walk at your own pace, or if you go to a gym, try to do that on a treadmill, or if you don't like the treadmill, or if it needs something a little bit easier on your knees, you try an elliptical machine. Eventually, you want to try to achieve a minimum of 115 minutes of moderate exercise or 75 minutes of vigorous exercise per week. If you need help to get started, might I suggest that you contract the services of a trainer or a coach that could point you in the right direction and get you at least started on something so you could keep going with set goals, and you could change those goals as you go along, but keep going in a sustainable manner. Uh, Diet is another thing, and one of the most currently marketed ones out there is the keto diet that's receiving a lot of attention in the news media, in books, and things like that. But it does come with its risks. Later on, I will post something from Experience Life that goes into a little bit more detail about uh, how you're doing this carbon protein restriction, what it can do to the body. One of the more well-studied ones is the Mediterranean diet, and it's worthy of consideration. However, before you want to start any type of caloric restriction, I highly recommend that you speak with licensed healthcare provider, being your doctor, or if you see a naturopathic physician, that person, or registered dietitian to see what plan will best suit your needs. And now, since we're talking about Men's Health Month, uh, we're going to talk to the guys out there that you should get a regular prostate exam because that can provide early detection in either an enlarged prostate or possibly prostate cancer. But again, you'd have to have a little bit more further testing. I could speak personally for myself. I had elevated PSA levels, the prostate-specific antigen, that kept on increasing over several years. It was referred to a urologist, and he said the only way we're going to really know what's going on is to do a little bit further testing. And they keep monitoring that. I did have an MRI of the prostate, and what it showed is that I had a little bit of an enlargement as well as some inflammation, prostatitis. So that's where I sit right now. But I did make some dietary changes, and I see him every 6 months, and now I'm extended out to a year because everything seems to be going in the reverse direction for me. So this is something that if you would end up with detection of prostate cancer early on, it is something that has slow progression, and if caught early, it is curable. Now we're going to talk lastly about the spirit. And the spiritual aspect does not necessarily have to carry a religious connotation with it. It is how you define it. Examples of spirit-raising activities is you get involved in small group, personal training or group fitness classes, such as taking yoga or Pilates. A lot of these group type atmospheres bring together like minded individuals who will encourage, nurture, and elevate each other into achieving that winning spirit. It's, lifting yourself up. And again, if religion is how you find your peace, then so be it. That's what you do. But we're going to keep this a neutral discussion. And if you need any more information out there about Men's Health Month, go to www.menshealthmonth.org. Until next time, take care and be well.